Hello! Today I will be talking how to make thumbnails like me. For example, this, or this. This is a tutorial for beginners, so if you're new to Photoshop and making thumbnails, you found the right video. Let's start by cropping the image. You should use this ratio so it fits the normal thumbnail resolution on YouTube. Now that we have this, we should make this a smart object, so we can change the blur after some time if we don't like it. Let's add Gaussian blur, just for the level to not stand out too much. Now, add text. I will be using Era's bold font. I think it would fit the level. Make it bigger. And now, to make it stand out, you would usually use stroke, for example like that, but that wouldn't look good. I would recommend using a drop shadow, but we don't want the text to be 2D. What I will do first is add gradient, but make it a little bit brighter to fit the colors of the level. Now, what I want to do before making the text 3D is to add some warp text. For example, let's take this and edit it like that. Now center it. Try to maybe doing it like a little bit above the center, so it can fit the creator's name on the thumbnail. Now copy and paste the text using Ctrl+C, Ctrl+V, and on the second text add a drop shadow for the text to be 3D. You can try on making it look better if you really want to, but if it's not necessary, just leave it as it is. Now that we have our free text, we should add the creator's name. In this case, it would be Cherry Team. Make the text smaller. We do not want it to stand out more than the level name. Add darker gradient. Remove the drop shadow on the bottom text and make it a 3D text, just like the one above. We are repeating the same process, and add drop shadow on the second one, as I said earlier. Now, this is not the end of making a thumbnail. If you would like to make it better, we will use something like a gradient layer. Create a new layer and select the gradient option. Now, you could pick some default gradient available in Photoshop, but I won't be doing that. I will create my own gradient with gray colors, so it fits the level's color. Let's do it like that. Wait, what does it do? First, you have to click this option and change it from normal to anything you like. Maybe you can make it darker, or maybe you can make it more visible. You can change a lot of stuff with gradients. I think I would go with hue. Probably. Now that we have our gradient, let's open some external PSD files. Link to those two GFX packs will be in the description. First, I will launch Climax Graphic Pack. It contains flares, lights, and different particles that might be useful for a thumbnail. Hide this, toggle the particles option, and look for some particles that you might like. I think this might fit the level. If you add it like here and move it down and lower the opacity, yes, I think it fits the level. Let's just rotate it. Looks fine, doesn't it? Now we could add more stuff such as lights, flares, but that's up to you. You can explore it by yourself. After we added some particles, I would recommend checking if everything is as we want. We could also explore this CC pack. CC stands for color correction, and you can explore it and check if there's any color correction that you might like. Hey, this looks grayish. Let's check it out. Yeah, I think it adds up a nice atmosphere to the thumbnail. Now, check for little details and make it better. For example, in my case, I will make the text stand out more to make it more visible. One tip: you can change the lower text in the 3D text thing to lower gradient to make it a better 3D text. Looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Now, after that we finished our thumbnail, closed the other packs, checked for little details, we're gonna save our file and export it as a PNG. Firework. Remember, we also want to save it as PSD, so we can edit it later if you want to. This was my guide how to make thumbnails for beginners. I hope you enjoyed. Goodbye.